Hi and welcome. I'm Caroline Best of the Tao of Horsemanship. I'm sitting on my girl Sundance, and today we're going to talk about the six most common horse training principles / myths, and how I'm going to debunk them. The six most common. And there's a lot of misinterpretation about these six principles in training and horse training, a lot of misinterpretation. And the first one I'm going to talk about, the first myth, is rewarding the slightest try means rewarding any move. So that's the myth, number one. Rewarding the slightest try means rewarding the slightest movement from your horse. You've got to understand what the objective is, what the purpose is, but also what the objective feel is. What's it going to feel like when it's done, when you've reached your goal? Myth number two, you should reward any response with an exaggerated release. You're not teaching your horse anything. You're asking, then you're giving it all away. What are you trying to teach your horse is what I'm trying to teach you guys. I want you to ask that question. What are you trying to teach your horse? So myth number three, the rider determines when and where to release. The rider determines when and where to release. Wrong. You've got to learn how to teach your horse to find the release and what the release is going to look like or feel like. And it certainly isn't going to feel like throwing it all away. Myth number four, stop on a good note. Oh my gosh. Okay. Repeating the exercise 3 times or more, really 3 is good, allows for mental and muscle memory or pattern recognition to be created and then stored in the memory banks, both mental, because we've done it consistently, and through the muscle memory. Myth number 5, how about just move your horse's feet? That's kind of an answer for so many things. There is a time and a place to use the principle of moving a horse's feet to establish X, Y, and Z, as I just mentioned. And again, this concept has become misinterpreted, diluted as I call it, and applied incorrectly with the end result not being achieved. All right, last but not least, my favorite topic, because it's so deep. Myth number 6, put pressure on the wrong thing and reward the right thing, or make the right thing easy and the wrong thing difficult. Unfortunately, this very commonly used and applied principle has become misunderstood, misinterpreted, diluted, and abused. When we are talking about these myths, just to sum them all up, because most of them kind of play off of each other, if you haven't gotten that already, especially with feel and timing and pressure and release and teaching. Oh, you're such a good girl. Keep this in mind, that everything you are learning with your horse or teaching your horse, the number one thing is you've got to understand what the objective is, what the purpose is. So often you study videos on YouTube, like mine, and the instructor doesn't do a very good job, the trainer, explaining themselves. They may be masters at what they do, but it's not going to do anyone any good if they can't explain it and break it down. And that's the best way to learn, is you've got to be able to understand the building blocks. You've got to first understand and wrap your brain around the objective. What's the purpose of this? What do I want to achieve? What's it look like? What's it feel like? And then understand all the different steps or approaches or strategies, which takes experience and skill to achieve that. And every horse is an individual. And that's another frustrating thing I found as a student in those situations years ago where I was participating in these clinics, and I know you all can relate to me, is it's almost like a cliche when trainers say, oh, every horse is an individual. Yeah, they are. Then while we're all learning the same technique and exercise, you've got to figure out as the teacher and the trainer and the instructor how best that horse and that student learns, so that they can feel like they've achieved a good result, a good understanding, and you all leave confident. All right, I hope that that enlightened you in some way, gave you something to think about. It's starting to rain. May you always be one with your horse, and I'll see you guys next time.